Where do we go from here? Tell me, where do we go from here? Show me. All I need is directions, 'cause I'm feeling the pressure. Where do we go from here?
What's good, Fizz fam? Welcome back to the channel. So now it's, I don't know what day it is of quarantine. I've completely forgotten. All the days have merged into one day. I hope you're all keeping well and healthy at the moment. So because of the lockdown that's going on all over the world, loads of schools have been closed. So lots of parents are having to homeschool their children. Funny enough though, it hasn't really changed for us because we've been homeschooling for many years now. It all started when Mia was 10 years old. So this isn't new to us. So I thought it'd be interesting today if we shared with you like our homeschooling routine, what we like usually do on a day-to-day basis. Lots of days can vary and we do switch it up a lot, but we'll just show you what we're doing today. So Mia, do you want to share a little bit of info on how we started homeschooling? Because it's all down to you, isn't it?
So basically what happened is, for a while, Mum and Darren had both thought about homeschooling me, but because I was already in a school, you guys were like, it would just be weird to take me out of school, and I was kind of enjoying it being with my friends and stuff like that. But then we ended up moving, and in the area that we moved to, all of the schools were full. There were no spaces for me to even be able to go to school, so it just kind of worked out perfectly. We were like, well, why don't I be homeschooled then, since I can't even go to school?
Because eventually the school did contact us and they said you don't need to homeschool anymore, we've got a space for Mia, but we were enjoying it so much that we just carried on, and it's been like, I don't know, we've been doing it for about 5 years now. The way we like to homeschool the girls is following several approaches. We like the Montessori method, we also like the unschooling method, and we also like the child-led learning method. So we don't really follow a strict curriculum or structure, we kind of do it in a way which really suits us as a family.
Hello, little Coco. Are you ready? What's good about your day, gorgeous? Look how cute you look. You're so happy, aren't you? Are you going to watch me and the girls do our workout? Yeah?
So we're going to do a little bit of PE this morning and start our day off with a quick 15-minute workout circuit routine. We like to do this because it makes us feel really good, and of course it is like PE, but we're not following a curriculum or anything like that. We're just doing what we feel like doing. So I think what we should do, Sienna, is do 3 moves. So some push-ups, some squats, and maybe some hip thrusters as well. Yeah, and then we'll just do like however many we feel like we can do, like 10, and then we'll switch to the other move and keep repeating them. Alright, should we get started?
Well done, girls. High five. High five, Sienna. High five, Mia. So usually with our family workout, which we try to stick to every single day, will either be a quick circuit like that, like what Mia said, or sometimes we'll go for a walk, we'll go for a swim if we're in Dubai, sometimes we go for a walk on the beach. We can vary it up and have loads of fun, and it just sets you up for the rest of the day because you feel really good. And it also makes me really, really hungry for breakfast. So we go in the kitchen, girls.
Yeah. Hey, Darren. What are you up to? What are you making for breakfast then today?
We are having fruit salad, because we've actually ended up with quite a lot of fruit to use up.
Oh, wow. That
and
looks
then we're
amazing.
going to be having some coconut yogurt with it.
My favourite.
Yeah, so we've got a mango and passion fruit and coconut yogurt, and then blueberry and coconut yogurt, and then we are also having pumpkin seeds and Brazil nuts added onto it. But it takes literally about an hour.
Yes, cut all the fruit.
Thank you.
Here you go, Sienna. Breakfast is served. Enjoy.
Amazing.
And Mia.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Thank you. There's so much here. It looks amazing.
So now I like to do my workbooks, either like before breakfast or after breakfast. 10 minutes I do maths, but sometimes I do more than 10 minutes just because it's really fun. Okay, I'm now going to be getting on with this. See you later, Fizz Bum.
Sienna does maths and English and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, that's a wasp. So Sienna likes to do maths and English because she's only 8. She's still like learning to read and do multiplication and dividing and stuff like that. Like those basics that she needs to know. But I already know that. I've already done that when I was younger. So I prefer to work on like more projects that kind of like include everything. There's a wasp on you, Mum, like on your head. It's in your head.
Sorry, Fizz fam.
Right.
Okay.
So I prefer to do projects which kind of include everything. So at the moment, I'm working on a few big projects, and these take me quite a while. Like one of my projects was writing my first book, Awkward to Awesome. So this included so much stuff because obviously I'm writing, which is obviously English, and then I did like recipes in there, which is like cooking and learning how to cook, and measuring it out, which is like maths as well. Like there's so much going into it, and then also I had to like work out how to turn it into an actual book. So I'm actually working on book 2 now, which is what I'm going to be doing. I'm trying to write 500 words every day. Some days I don't get to do it because we're like so busy and I can't really get in that zone of writing. Like I get like author's block, writer's block, that's what it is, not author's block. But hopefully today I can get on to getting my 500 words while you're, what are you doing, Sinsky?
I'm doing diagrams.
Ooh, diagrams, that's fun.
The girls are working really well outside, so I'm going to go and give them a little treat, guys. They're going to be so happy about this.
Brain food.
Oh,
There you go. Oh, Mia's trying to take both of them, you little
Sorry.
cheeky. Right, okay, girls, I'll let you carry on working out here.
Thank you.
Because usually where we are based in the world is Dubai, but because we came here to have baby Koa, because I wanted to have a home birth, we're now in the UK obviously, and so we decided to come here until we can go back to Dubai when they let us. But so I think it's really, really nice that the girls get to work in nature. Although in Dubai, your bedroom does overlook the sea. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. But it's nice that they get to be in nature, because I feel like when you go to school, you spend most of your day in the classroom. But when you're homeschooled, you can work and learn wherever you want. So you can work in your back garden, on the comfort of your own bed. You can go to the local park. You can go to the beach even. There's loads of places. Like we love the freedom, don't we, of homeschooling. So what is your favourite thing, Sienna, about homeschooling, apart from being able to work wherever you want?
I'd probably say that you've always got like your family's help. Like obviously you do get to have your teachers' help when you're at school, but it's nice to have your family's help. I know in most schools you're not really allowed to have like fun. You're not allowed to like laugh a bit.
Yeah, schools can be
Yeah.
strict, can't they? When you're in the classroom, they do want you to fully concentrate on what the teacher's saying. I used to always get in trouble, Sienna. I was a talker and I used to get shouted at for that.
I like that I just have the freedom to work. Like if I want to work in the evening and I feel creative then I can go on with work then. Or if I want to work really early in the morning, or I want to do it in the middle of the day, like whatever time I want, I can do it whenever I want.
Yeah. Yeah, we do tend to say to you, you've got to do some learning in the day.
Yeah.
But if you want to have a lay-in, we do let you, don't we?
Yeah, and then I'll just make up for it later on.
Yeah,
so
because
it's nice
a-
to have that freedom.
I feel like a lot of teenagers, they have to get up very early to go to
Yeah.
school, whereas you're able to sleep through and get the right amount of sleep you need without an alarm clock, aren't you? Which is a bonus. And then one thing I love about homeschooling is obviously that I get to have all of the children with me all day, which I really, really like. We get to be like a really close-knit family, but then also we get to travel the world, because when you go to school, with most schools, you're not allowed to go on holiday or travel or explore the world when you want. And to me, I feel exploring the world and learning about new cultures and stuff is a very important, integral part of a child's education, isn't it? You two have learnt so much about the world from travelling. Sienna, she's like, Mum, I'm really enjoying my flapjack, aren't you? So I'll let you girls get on, and if you need any more help, just give me a little shout then.
Cool. Thank you, Mum.
These are all red. So where's the tomato? Which one's the tomato? Yeah, tomato.
Aww.
So we just read a book after lunch, guys. We tend to, like with our learning, I'm not going to call it homeschooling. I mean, life is learning anyway, isn't it? But with Karma, she just sets the tone. You know, when she picks up a book and wants to look at a book, we'll look at a book with her. And we obviously set a good example, because like with all kids, any age, even their ages as well, they imitate what the parents do. So we like reading a lot, we do a lot of reading, so I think that's obviously rubbing off on Karma. Here she comes with another book. This one's a little bit too advanced for you, I reckon, isn't it? Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls. So you decide
That's
when you
one
want
of
to
my
read, don't
favourite
you, Karma?
books.
Yeah.
And what are your favourite books at the moment, Sienna? Do you want to show the Fizz fam?
I really like reading this book called Thomas Midnight Garden. It's I think it's upstairs at the moment.
So that's your
But-
fictional book, isn't it?
But yeah, this is my personal development book. So it's called My Hidden Chimp. So it just talks about why you like sometimes get like worried, sad, angry, and things like that. And it's got some activities in there too. So
Yeah,
I
that's
really
a good
like
book,
this
that is.
Yeah.
Me and Darren have read the adult version of that book, and it's called The Chimp Paradox, isn't it, Darren?
Yes.
Yes, it is really, really good. So when I saw that there was a child's version of it, I was really excited. And the same goes with me as well. She likes reading personal development books. When she was a few years younger than what she is now, she read all the teenage versions of a lot of the books. I mean, what were the names of those?
Yeah, so it was How to Be a Highly Effective Teen, How to Win Friends and Influence People for Teenage Girls.
And there's another
those
one,
two
Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but
For teens.
for teens,
Yes.
yeah. But now you're going to start reading the adult versions of
Yeah.
those books, aren't you? And what are you going to be reading, little Winston? What, Winston Churchill's biography? Good start, good start.
This is Minerals, Rocks and Fossils, so like it tells you all about the mineral rock of
The I Spy books, aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah, but then you have to find them, and I've actually got diamond because Mum's got a diamond ring, so that's really cool.
So these are really fun interactive books.
Yeah.
So when we go travelling or we're out and about, Sienna uses these to learn from. I used to have these guys when I was a little kid as well. These are a classic. These are amazing. So they're really
Yeah.
good fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get to go to the airport one soon. Yeah, so for part of our homeschooling and learning as a whole family, books are so important. We absolutely love them. And you can obviously buy books online and get them delivered to your home from like Amazon, which is really quick and easy, but you can also go to the library and get them for free. So they are so important to us, and we'll go on about how reading is life-changing. Honestly, it's if you pick up a book and it has the right information in there for you, you can literally be inspired and it can change your life, because it has done that for me and also for Darren in many ways.
Yeah.
So what you sometimes do is you find a book about something you're interested in, and then that can inspire you to learn all about that for the rest of the day, can't it?
Yeah, like then it can turn into a project.
So now me and Sienna like to head upstairs for a bit of quiet time, and we like to get on with some creative stuff. So at the moment, what I'm working on is my colouring book. What are you up to,
I'm
Sienna?
just drawing a really cute picture of an alien.
An alien. Oh, that is really cute. What else do you like to do when we're up here and doing some creative stuff?
So this is what I drew yesterday. It's of an owl. This is my unicorn one.
The other day I tried to give Sienna a bit of a tutorial on how to draw a unicorn, but I haven't drawn a unicorn in ages. So it was kind of like a bit of a tutorial for myself as well. I was just trying to work out how you actually draw a unicorn, so I'll show you guys. This one's my one. It's like the head needs to be a bit bigger and more forward, like it's not quite in proportion, but it's okay.
This is my little tool case. I call it my tool case. So there's a pack of cards. There's a lot of like junky things in there, like springs. The reason why I have all those junk bits is because you can actually make a robot out of them. And this is my little buddy.
Oh, that is so cute, Roz. And you
Yeah,
got that
yes.
name inspo from a book you read recently.
Yeah,
What was it
it's
called?
Wild Robot. It's one of my favourite books. So this is my notebook. Then this is my little computer thing I made. So
Sienna's notebook is literally like she could not live without her notebook. She uses it all the time, and she writes down all of her experiments. And can I see a page of one of your experiments? Because they're so adorable, Fizz fam.
right, so lemon plus ketchup plus salt plus pepper equals salt melted and ketchup went watery.
Anyways, right, I'm gonna leave Sienna doing what she's doing. So basically for my colouring book, for my first book, it took me such a long time to try and work out how to turn it into an actual book, because you think it would be quite simple, you just write it and then you've got this PDF, but like it's actually really tricky. So I had to try and find a designer and work with her to make my book look more like aesthetically pleasing, like get the right type of fonts and like the right layout, because that's actually quite complicated, and there were actually some issues with that in terms of the ebook as well. Like for a while it took me a long time to get that sorted out, where it was like all jumbled up and stuff like that, because it's quite complicated like getting the right file types and stuff like that. And then I really wanted my book to be in full colour, and that was actually quite tricky because I was self-publishing. I didn't want to go with a publisher because I wanted to be in full control, because I did actually consider going with a publisher or some other alternatives, but it just wouldn't be 100% made by me, and I really wanted to make it where it was all 100% made by me. So my first book was 100% made by me. I did it all by myself. So I'm really proud of myself for that, and I hope that you guys like can tell that when you're reading it, that is really authentic. Like no one else was involved in the process of making it. It was all me. I basically contacted the designer. Hey Karma. So yeah, it was quite complicated for me to work out how I could get it into full colour without the book having to cost £18, because that was just how much it was going to cost just to make the full book. It's not necessarily like a super long book, like 1,000 pages long, but it's quite long for a colour book. And once again, I'm going to be doing, for my second book, it's going to be in full colour with loads of images and my drawings in it and all stuff like that. So I'm going to have to go with the same way that I did it for my first book, but also I'm actually working on a colouring book now as well, which is a bit different because it's like a different sort of paper, and I'm not sure how it's going to be like designed, so I kind of need to go back to the beginning and work out how I'm going to make it, which I know is going to be like hours of research, because it literally took me ages, and there were days where I like thought I'd come up with a solution of how I was gonna get it done, and it just didn't end up working out that way. So I'm glad that I've put in the groundwork for my second book, like my second chapter book, Awkward to Awesome Part 2. But for this colouring book, I'm gonna have to start all again. But anyways, I'm just working on getting my drawings done and putting them on my iPad and then tracing over them so they're actually digital drawings.
So, you know Mia's colouring book? So I'd love it if I could draw something in her colouring book that
Yeah,
you guys
Sienna
can
really
colour
wants
in.
to put a
So
part.
please can you vote, like, because then I can draw something and then you can colour in.
I actually had an interview with Sienna in my first
Yeah.
book, and that was actually loads of fun. And you guys said that you really enjoyed it, and I obviously
So-
really enjoyed it as well because it was hilarious doing that with you.
Please say yes.
So yeah, maybe I'll do that in my second book as well because you guys did say that you really enjoyed it.
Walk time now, isn't it, Carmies?
Look.
Yeah, we're going for a walk, aren't we? You've got your unicorn outfit. Can you see that, guys? So we're having to keep our eyes open for horse poo, what's on the track around here. But it's a nice way to break the day up, get outside in nature, just be a bit observant of what's going on in the real world, breathe some fresh air in, etc. Normally we do live in cities, so obviously there is potentially even more to learn in cities than what there is in the countryside. I don't know, they're 50-50, aren't they? You can learn stuff like business lessons, you know, you can see about like advertising campaigns and stuff like that in the city, but obviously here you can see bumblebees flying past.
And also you can do biology.
Yeah.
Sienna does love looking at workmen though in the cities. So if people are like working on their telephone lines or they're digging the roads, like the road workers, Sienna's really fascinated by it. So if we saw it in Brighton, a building getting demolished, like you know when they smash down buildings, we stood there for about 20 minutes watching and observing it, and Sienna found it really good fun. So that's why a city can be educational as well. And then of course, like if we're actually doing stuff in a city, we always try and make sure we bring the girls with us. If it's like a business meeting, even if it's like an appointment somewhere, like say the chiropractor or somewhere, Sienna will love to go there and like learn all about it. And she takes a little notebook. Bye, Sienna. Bye.
Look, Karma, there's some little lambs. Oh, see the lambs.
Oh, they're adorable. I love them so much.
Bye sheep, bye lambs.
Bye, Mum.
We're back home now, guys, and I think it's time for dinner. So what I like about homeschooling is getting the children involved in loads of activities in the house, such as the housework, the cooking, the cleaning. I think it's really important for children to feel like they're part of the family. So then when they leave home, they also have lots of skills which they can apply into their homes. But also it's important for children to feel like they're part of a community and that they can provide and also take part in that community. So housework is a really good way for them to do that. So Sienna, I have got a few tasks I want you to do. I want you to lay the table for dinner and also take out the compost peelings.
Okay.
Yes? And Mia, you've been helping me a lot with dinner lately, so would you mind helping me prepare some of the food as well?
Yeah,
and
that
then
sounds
Karma, perhaps you can get your bowl out of the cupboard and put that on the table.
Come on.
Do you want to get your bowl out? Karma, you can just be cute, yeah, with Daddy.
Okay, you do
Give
cute.
Dad lots of little cuddles, yeah?
Be cute.
Oh.
Guys, look what she's got.
Is that your bowl?
Mama.
Yeah, she said Karma.
Put it on the table then. And Mia, we've got to use up all the vegetables in the fridge before our new delivery comes tomorrow. So I feel like we should have a veggie stew. Does that sound
fun.
good?
Yeah. Not only do me and Sienna like doing self-managed learning and also learning with mum and dad, we also like to do classes with tutors. So at the moment, or for a long time actually, I've been learning Spanish and it's something I'm really passionate about. So I really like having a class with a native Spanish speaker. So my tutor's from Spain. So it's really helpful for me to be able to speak to someone who is fluent in Spanish and then also fluent in English, so then we can properly communicate and I can ask her for help and words, and just in general it really helps me like keep my Spanish up, because obviously I'm not in Spain and I'm not really speaking to many other Spanish speakers. I can easily forget it, or I can just be like doing work and books and stuff like that, and that is not the same as speaking to someone. So I'm now going to be having a lesson with my tutor, so I've got my iPad all set up and she's going to be calling me any minute now, so I just got to wait.
Thing you missed a bit, Carms.
Definitely looks like someone's enjoying their food.
Hola. pasa? ¿Qué pasa? So that's an example day, but obviously every day is completely different. Some days we might go out on a day trip. Some days we might spend the whole day playing outside. I guess the key for us is just keeping the kids feeling passionate about what they're learning about, encouraging them in whatever they want to learn about, and then obviously giving them the resources to be able to learn about whatever they want to learn about.
Bye, bye.
If you're new, click subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.